What do we got, Hunter?
All right, we're out here scouting in June, and I'm gonna go over my current mobile hunting setup. Just some verbiage here, but these are 2 Lone Wolf custom gear full-length sticks with the cabelators, buckleless straps, a Trophyline saddle, what I run all the time. It's a Venatic, and then I have a Lone Wolf 0.5 with 2 seat cushions on it, one for my knees, one for my butt for sitting down. And this is kind of what I run every day for hunting. And yeah, it's only 2 sticks, but I'm gonna explain why. And I'm gonna hang this real quick and kind of go through everything that I do for hanging a setup. Everybody's different, but for me, this is what's become the fastest, quietest, most efficient for hanging a setup on a buck bedded and getting them killed. So 2 sticks. These are the buckleless straps, which means you have to do a certain knot. Not really a knot, but a certain rotation around the center cam strap. So as you can see, there's 3 steps and 1 long aider. So what I'm gonna do with this stick, and the reason I run such a long stick, is I'm gonna hang this as high as I can possibly reach. So I'm gonna run this
Which for you is like 9 feet.
So I'm gonna get pretty high up with the first stick. This is how you run a buckleless strap right here. You go underneath, right here, pull through, and then you go back underneath over here. You pull like that. And that's it. That's all you need. It's not going anywhere. I've hunted that way for years. Pull it down tight and you're set. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up. I like single step sticks, but I'm gonna rotate these to the way that I want them. If I was actually climbing, I would have my other stick with me. And I'm gonna take my right foot and go against a tree and grab a hold of the stick. Go into the aider like this, climb up, just like that. Then for my second stick, I'll go ahead and get my lineman belt out, run it around the tree. And by the time I'm here, right here is at least 10 foot up in the tree. So by the time I get my second stick and my stand, I'm at least 18 to 20 foot up with 2 sticks. So that's why I run the 2 stick system. And obviously if there's a really good branch that I don't mind stepping on, I'm gonna use it to climb and get, you know, an extra 4 foot out of my setup. So sometimes with these 2 sticks, I can get 25 to 30 foot up with a couple good branches like those ones up there. So I'm gonna take this down, then I'll show you how I hang my stand. All right, now once I get up to the top of my second stick, I'm gonna have my lineman rope on, 1 for safety and 2 as a tool. This is a really helpful thing for hanging your stand. I run a ropeman on here, where if I want to go tighter, I just have to pull on it. If you want to go farther out, you pull like this. So I'm gonna hook that right in here, and I'm standing on my top stick right now. I'm gonna take my stand off, pull it out of the lock position, just like that, to where it's ready to hang. And I'm gonna rotate around to where whichever way I want to face my stand, I'm gonna be perpendicular from that. So like, say I want my stand right here, I'm gonna be standing right here. If I wanted it right here, I'd be standing on this side of the tree. The reason for that is, I'll put my seat underneath my stand right there. That's gonna hold it in place while I put my cam buckles on. So I'll probably have to tighten this just a little to get this around, just like that. And you want to make sure your lineman rope is low enough that you can get your cam buckle on. So I like to run the tail end of the buckle on the back side. Make sure you don't have twists. And then you can use your thumb, just like this, to get it exactly the length you want with 1 hand. Hook that in, tighten it up. You can run these stands with 1 cam buckle, but because I'm sitting in it with a saddle and I love to hang off to the side and put side pressure on it, you do have the option of 2 straps, which is what I usually do. The extra 30 seconds is worth the stability to me. Rotate your platform up, give your buckles a good cinch, and then you want your top to be level, which is what this offset bracket is for. Tighten those up. Give her a good push down. Probably not even gonna go all the way, but I go ahead and adjust my platform to where I think I want it, which is usually angled down just a touch before I get in it. Cam that thing in, and I'm ready to take the transfer from my top stick to my stand, and I can stay strapped in the whole time. a stand's not going anywhere. I'm gonna put these 2 straps on as tight as I possibly can, and I have 100% trust that this stand's not gonna break whenever I cam that in with all my weight on the end like a diving board. So now my stand's set. You know, you can make adjustments where you want it a little bit, but this is set up. I'm gonna tether into the tree. I've got a knee pad right here if I want to sit in my saddle and lean back, or I've got my seat pad for turning around and sitting down and, you know, glassing, hanging out. I can shoot this way, or I can tether out to the back like this and shoot this way. So that's kind of the idea behind the hybrid setup. You don't have an off angle. You've got a lot more comfort. You've got a lot more versatility as far as like using the seat and more platform space and stuff. And this stand's only 5.5 pounds. It's gonna be pretty close to equivalent, not much heavier than most of your, you know, saddle platforms. So that's kind of the ideal thing and advantages of that. This is my current climbing setup, what I'll be using for the scouting year, and probably continue using through the hunting season. Add sticks if I need to get higher, but 2 sticks, 0.5 saddle. That's what I use.